Is OG movement actually returning? It's an idea that has been brought up for years, ever since the movement animations were switched at the beginning of Fortnite Chapter 5. At first, many people hated the new movement and even harassed the Epic employees that made the new animation, which in my opinion is just absolutely insane. But just recently, there have been speculations on the OG movement returning, but not the OG movement that most people are thinking of. So make sure to stick to the end of the video if you want to know all the information on the potential return of OG movement. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Yo, what is going on, guys? If you're new here, my name is Tricky. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, in the Fortnite item shop. And if we hit 1,000 creator code supporters by the end of August, I will be shaving my head. We're getting close and every supporter counts, so make sure to use code TRICKYS if you want to see me go bald. Okay, so why has OG movement been going crazy viral ever since Fortnite OG release? Well, it's pretty much a no-brainer, but these were the animations that we got back in Chapter 1 and had all the way throughout Chapter 4, and then it was changed in Chapter 5. It's really wild to me that they decided to change it almost 6-7 years after the launch of Fortnite, and to a lot of people it felt like an unnecessary change since the movement was just so iconic. And that's what we're going to get into, is why people actually want it changed, and the number one reason is the pickaxe pullout animation. See, when OG movement was a thing, you could actually see your pickaxe so much easier, especially if you were a fast editor. But now it is so much harder to see your pickaxe whenever you're editing, and I can understand. This is a huge reason why a lot of people aren't buying pickaxes as much. Why would you spend $15 to $20 on a pickaxe if you can't even see it most of the game? And to a lot of fast editors as well, is that it just looked so much smoother than now. And I gotta admit, the new movement animations look super goofy, especially if you're a good player editing fast, and the OG movement animations just top it by a ton. So yeah, if they were to re-release the animations, I guarantee you the pickaxe sales would go up so much. But how would Fortnite incorporate this with the new movement? OG movement is way slower and completely different visually, but there's actually a common misconception with what players actually want back with the old movement. It wouldn't be the actual OG movement where you walk slow. It would only be the animations that are brought back, and there would still be sprinting, sliding, mantling, etc. I guess the easiest way for Epic Games to add it back is a setting where you could just toggle it on or toggle it off, meaning you could use the brand new animations that Epic Games released in Chapter 5, or you could stay with the iconic animations that we all know and love. I think this is a great idea because it's a good middle point. You don't have to have OG movement on, but if you want to, you can keep it on while you're either playing Fortnite OG or creative or making a montage. It just makes so much more sense, and the benefits outweigh the detriments in so many ways, which I can't even think of one detriment. But the biggest question that I've been asked so much about OG movement, and that you may be asking as well, is how do we know it could come back? Well, Epic Games released a trailer not too long ago, actually 10 days before this recording, and it was for a Squid Games trailer. Now, about 13 seconds into the video, the trailer actually shows footage of the OG movement. It looks like the Chapter 4 animation, where it was still the same running animation, sliding animation, but the walking was completely OG movement. But a lot of people have been speculating as well that this could have actually been Blender. I mentioned this in my previous video as well when we went over OG movement, but Blender is a 3D model software where you can create animations with characters, but the biggest thing as well is that you can create trailers, and also it could look like in-game footage. Now, I'll leave it up to you in the comment sections if you think this looks like Blender or not. Personally, I don't. This does look like in-game footage, but it is very possible that it could be Blender animations. A lot of people have stated as well as that Epic Games uses its own engine for most of their cinematic trailers, and some have stated that it actually makes sense that this is in-game footage. But why would Epic Games bring back OG movement now? I mean, we've already had Fortnite OG for so long, and so many people have gotten accustomed to the new movement animations. Well, just recently, a new trend has been sparking up. Hashtag #BringBackOMPP, which means bring back old movement pickaxe pullout. People have been spamming this, and I mean spamming this in not only Fortnite's Instagram, but also their Twitter, YouTube comments, and oh my gosh, when this Squid Games trailer released, I am telling y'all, it was everywhere in the comment section. So the reason why they could bring it back now is because they realize how much people want it back, and we'll get into this later, but it could also completely change their player count, not only in Chapter 6, but also with Fortnite OG and creative mode. It's just a win-win for both sides. Epic Games gets more sales, the community gets what they want, and everybody is happy. But yes, there is no doubt in my mind that Fortnite has seen this hashtag just because of how many times it's number one been retweeted and also been commented on their posts. So let's get into the player count. Will this actually affect the player count? In my opinion, with the update that is coming on August 26th, which we should be expecting OG movement in this update if it were to come back, but they are doing a lot of changes. If you want to, I also have a video that I uploaded a couple of days ago talking about most of the fixes that they will be doing, mostly with the weapons, but also very large graphical changes that will completely change the scenery of Fortnite OG. But yes, this will be taking place on August 26th. So in combination with the graphics, the weapons being changed, and also if they were to add OG movement as a setting, I truly believe that we could see double to even triple the player count for Fortnite OG, which would just be absolutely outrageous. And I do think that Fortnite OG has the possibility to not only compete with some of the creative game modes, but also the main Chapter 6 game mode. I don't even think Fortnite realizes this, but the changes that they are going to make in Fortnite OG within this next update will just be completely massive, and it will be a huge step up for the game mode, and I do believe that more people will play it. If OG movement does return, also if it doesn't return, there are two people that I would like to give a huge shout out to. Number one is a creator by the name of Rixper, and also a creator by the name of Intangible. Their videos truly did help me out a lot because I did have some trouble on why people actually wanted OG movement back, because I totally forgot about the pickaxe pullout animation, and both of their channels has truly helped me out a lot in not only this video but some of my previous videos. So seriously guys, go down in the description below and go show both of them some love and support, because seriously, they made a huge impact on the movement of OG movement returning and also just spreading the word. We should be expecting this update on August 26th, which we will also be streaming, and we'll be going over majority of the leaks that are going to come out. So make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't already, if you want to be notified of everything about OG movement and also Fortnite OG. And if you want to spread the word of bringing back OG movement if it doesn't release on the 26th, make sure to tweet out or just comment on posts hashtag #BringBackOMPP. Do not tag Fortnite or harass them, because I think this is a big reason why the movement wasn't changed sooner, because there was so much harassment, not only towards Fortnite, but also individual Epic employees over the movement. This was at the beginning of Chapter 5. I think it was just super dumb. So please do not harass anyone at Epic Games. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you think is going to happen with OG movement. Make sure to use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, in the Fortnite item shop, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.